Today our culture wants to focus so much on the similarities. And what I hear you saying really is, you really struggled with trying to understand the gospel. You wanted to understand it. You really needed somebody to explain to you the gospel in a way that you can make sense of it. And it seems like much of the so-called church today wants to focus on the similarities, and this is certainly something that imams and Islamic leaders want to focus on as well. And I'm not saying that there's not a time and a place to do that. I think we can use those to build bridges to the gospel, but eventually we have to talk about our differences. This is what really matters. Christianity and Islam are two different religions because they have two different understandings of who God is, who Jesus is, how man can be saved, etc. So, um, at the heart of Christianity is the deity, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And not only does Islam deny these three things, but it also discourages Muslims from critically thinking about their own faith. I really found this part of your book intriguing. I think this is a very important point. But on page 32, you said, we were told what to believe and were taught that it may harm us to ask questions as the Quran taught. For example, Surah 5:101. O you who believe, ask not about things which, if revealed to you, would trouble you. Could you expound on this idea of how Islam just discourages any type of critical evaluation?
That's a very big problem, brother, because we are in Islam. We don't think of critical thinking. We are not into critical thinking. We are into linear way of thinking, which we think only for what has been given to us, and we go from stage to another in a linear way where we don't try to be criticizing this way at all or this method at all. So the problem that when you learn from the young, very young age specifically, that there are red lines that you cannot cross, you border yourself inside these red lines, and accordingly you cannot be outside of it for any mean or any reason. And at the same time, there is a problem that people think that this is how they respect God. This is at least what they told us. This is how we respect God. The more we are keeping the distance, the more we are respecting Him. And they don't think, and here is a very major difference, because in Christianity, God revealed or showing His glory by revealing Himself more, which is a very core difference from Islam. In Islam, God is not revealed that much. God is actually unknown to the very extent of who He is. We know what is God in Islam, but we don't know who is God in Islam, at least in my opinion. So we know that God is a creator, is merciful, is nice, is a judge, is this stuff, but we don't know who He is. I mean, Muslims up till late time or up till now, they have the Arabic leaders, Arabic scholars, they are still fighting if the name Allah is actually a static noun or derivative noun. I mean, is it coming from another name or it's a static noun? It's a name for God as it is, not driven from another noun, like eel or something. So I mean, God is unclear. So the problem that when you put borders to the Muslim thinking, even when they listen to our talk now, you know what the most of the Muslims will do? Most of the Muslims will start to leave all the arguments that we will say, all the things that we will talk about, and hold one thing. For example, oh, we don't think that this guy was a Muslim. We need to have evidence that he was leading the prayer in one of the mosques. Give us a paper or something like that. Even sometimes people say that I send them some pictures from me from the past. Oh, we didn't expect that. Maybe it's made up pictures. You will not believe. You don't
Yeah.
want to believe. The problem that you don't want to believe, not that you need an evidence. So what I want to say, this is the result of bordering the way Muslims think, to the extent that when he listens to such a talk, he will never give 1 second doubt to say, maybe these people saying something true, or maybe I need to investigate these evidences. No, he would say, oh, for sure, these people have lost their way because they crossed the line, they crossed the red line that we put. So I think that I have a message to everyone. No, please, there are no lines. Keep searching. Until now, I know I met Jesus Christ. I know the truth. I'm still searching. I'm still searching more and more in that truth, because I want to learn more about it. I want to investigate it more. When I find a piece of evidence, I investigate it more. When I find a piece of opinion, I investigate it more, because this is what I learned in Christianity, not in Islam.